Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Changbae. I am the chairman of the board of Korea Artificial Intelligence Ethics Association. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to meet with you in this 2020 Global Software Education Conference. My presentation is about AI ethics and education. In the previous session, many experts emphasized the importance of AI technology, and AI ethics is as important as the technology. I will explain why AI ethics is important and why we need to educate this. What is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is a means or tool created by human beings for the benefit of human, for the happiness of human. AI is not the goal. The goal is human beings. AI is a tool. AI should be used for the happiness and benefit of human beings. These days, AI has rapidly been advanced and has been part of our daily life. These days, AI has even saved the lives of people, which is a very good case. You may be using AI speakers in your daily life. In Korea, AI speakers are provided to the elderly living alone for their welfare service. So the elderly are using AI speakers, and when they face some emergency situation, they can call for help through the AI speaker. Then through the AI speaker, the police can come to help those people. So through a Korean AI speaker, the police was able to save the lives of the elderly living alone in dangerous situation. Another case example saving the lives of people, an AI drone found a elderly person with dementia lost in the mountain. And in China, they used AI technology to find out the people who are likely to commit suicide. In Weibo, the Chinese version of Twitter, have some users posting messages that I am going to commit a suicide. If such messages are detected, then the police comes to save the lives of the people who are likely to commit suicide. So they saved the lives of 320 people. Those are all very good usage of AI. But AI has side effects. Recently, an AI technology named deepfake created a lot of controversies. Deepfake is to synthesize the face of someone over a certain video or image. So there has been a problem with the deepfake technology that synthesized the face of a celebrity over a pornography video. In Korea, very recently, there was an incident where a drone suddenly appeared around the window of an apartment and it shoot the couple having sex. So there's another case. Amazon is one of the global e-commerce company. In the warehouse of Amazon, there was an accident caused by the AI robot, and the employees were hospitalized. These are ethical issues of AI doing harm to people. What is AI ethics? Every ethical, moral issues emerged after the creation and use of AI by humans. This is what AI ethics is. Besides the examples I mentioned, there are many ethical or safety problems caused by AI. Recently, a Google photo recognized a black woman as a gorilla, and in 2016, a robot used in a shopping mall in the US had errors and did harm to people. And in 2016, the Microsoft chatbot Tay made racist remarks, and it also said four-letter words. And as Professor Toby mentioned, the AI tool used in the trials in the US found to have bias. Recently, AI have brought about a lot of bias issues. And recently in Korea, in a portal website's news, the way the news articles were deployed or located had some bias in favor of certain political or corporate parties. So these are the problems we face through AI. First, the bias. Second, error and safety. Third, misuse. Fourth, privacy protection. Fifth, killer robot. These are the 5 main issues of AI ethics. Last year, Korean AI speaker service providers actually recorded the voice of the AI speaker users for the purpose of advancing their service, but the voice of the users were actually disclosed accidentally. This is an infringement of their privacy. So these issues are all important, but the most critical problem is killer robot, which is also called autonomous lethal robot. It was also mentioned by Professor Toby. The killer robot is currently under development. This is not something that we see in the future. That's not far from present. Let's have a look at a video clip. Could you please play the video? CNN reported this robot is being developed in Russia. This is a military robot named Sesseion. It can do everything a soldier can do. It's very good at shooting. It's powerful. It can even drive a car. Another video clip.
Your kids probably have one of these, right? Not quite.
This is a drone, slot robot. It's an ultra small drone, but you don't know where the small drone will come to hurt people. So the drone flies somewhere to attack and take the life of someone. Although this has not yet happened in reality, this video clip was created to give warning to people about the danger of such robots. We don't know when this will become our reality. And the killer robots can be used by terrorist groups. Then it will bring about great damages. So, global NGO group leaders gathered and they declared a campaign to ban such lethal autonomous weapons. In the AI International Joint Conference on Artificial Intelligence, AI experts like Dr. Stephen Hawking and Elon Musk gathered and they signed on the resolution that killer robots must not be developed. The resolution says that the killer robot, once developed, would cause greater clashes, leading to the third revolution of wars. The killer robot is a serious possible problem. There's another problem we could see in the future. Depending on the level of AI development, actually now we are at the stage of narrow AI. Someday in the future, the AI will be developed to the level of super AI. Then it will be out of the control by human beings. Then we don't know what the AI will do. In the future, when it becomes super AI, will it be the good AI or vicious AI? Depending on that, our world could become a utopia or a dystopia. Dr. Stephen Hawking, Elon Musk, and Pope Francis are sending out messages warning of the danger of the AI technology. Our mission is to make good AI. So, many countries and companies and organizations gather together to prepare codes of ethics and guidelines for AI. Since 2004, a lot of ethics codes and guidelines have been created. Many companies are announcing their own guidelines on AI as well. And in October last year, our association announced the guidelines and code of ethics for AI. And Korean Broadcasting Communication Commission also announced guidelines for, and ethic codes for ethics of AI. How can we make good AI? We need to comply with the international guidelines on the ethics of AI, and we need to put them into practice. And there are possible problems caused by AI, such as the AI could be misused for the purpose of committing crimes, or AI could violate the privacy. So we need regulations. However, we should be careful not to put excessive regulation to foster good side development of AI. So we need to keep the regulation at softened level. And the most important way, the most important thing to create good AI is to focus on education, because it is people who make and use AI. So current AI developers, scientists, or businesses need to receive education on AI ethics. The future developers are our students at elementary school, middle school, and high schools. So the students need to learn what AI is and what AI ethics are, and what they need to do to solve AI ethics. When they become the leaders of our future, they need to be able to properly use AI. So such education is essential, and the education on AI ethics shouldn't be completed for just one-off event. As the AI technology continues to develop, the education and AI ethics should continue as well, in line with the AI advancement. Some people say that AI ethics put more excessive regulation on the development of AI technology, but that's not true. Rather, AI ethics are essential element to ensure development of AI. AI ethics ensure safe development of AI. Consumers will not be willing to use unsafe AI technology. Companies with unsafe AI products cannot sell their products. So AI ethics is a kind of safety measure for AI products. So AI technology or products with in that comply with AI ethics would be actually preferred by consumers. So I have mentioned why AI ethics and the relevant education are important. In the AI utopia, AI ethics is the essential element. I'd like to ask you to remember this point. So for more details, I'd like to discuss during the discussion session. Thank you for your attention.